Now, ever since the TVS Apache RR 310 was launched in the country, all the way back in 2017, TVS Motor Company has kept itself busy. Year after year, they've been coming out with exciting updates with the motorcycle, including the likes of the addition of a slipper clutch, a fully digital instrument cluster, riding modes, so on and so forth. You get the idea. Now, for the year 2021, we have this, the 2021 TVS Apache RR 310. We are here at its proving ground at Madras Motor Racetrack, and here's everything you need to know about it.
The first thing that you need to know is that the TVS Apache has what the company calls as kits that lets you pack and choose the kind of updates you want on your bike. But before we get there, let's talk about the standard changes for 2021. The motorcycle now has the ability to store and showcase your official vehicle and license documentation through the digital instrument cluster. Also, the exhaust has been rerouted and is now positioned a bit higher to make for better clearance, and also has a raspier exhaust note. The base price of the motorcycle has gone up by 5,000 rupees and it now costs 2.6 lakh rupees ex-showroom. And now let's talk about the kits. First is the dynamic kit, under which you get a fully adjustable suspension setup. The front upside down forks can be adjusted for rebound, compression and preload, and the rear monoshock can be adjusted for rebound and preload as well. You will also get an anti-rust brass coated drive chain as part of this kit. This kit costs 12,000 rupees. The second kit is called as Race Kit, which gives you a more aggressive handlebar which is slightly inward and downward for a sportier riding position. The foot pegs are placed 30mm higher and are knurled as well, giving you better grip and a big increase in the maximum lean angle, which will now be 4.5 degrees higher. This kit costs 5,000 rupees. The inclusion of these kits is part of TVS's Build to Order program, or BTO in short, under which they will produce the motorcycle based on the custom order from the customer and deliver the custom motorcycle in 30 to 60 days. Other than these two kits, you can also opt for the race replica graphics that you see here, which cost an additional 4,500 rupees. And lastly, you can also opt for a red alloy wheel instead of the standard black one, and this option will cost 1,500 rupees. And yes, you can mix and match and choose any of the following kits or styling options based on your preference.
Now, when you put both of these kits together, what you get is a motorcycle like the one that I'm on right now. This has both of those kits, and what really that does is that it transforms the motorcycle to a whole different level. Now, I have tested different versions of this motorcycle at this very racetrack, and we've done all of these shoots as well. And what I've complained about over all these years is the fact that the foot peg always came in the way of the maximum performance that the motorcycle had on offer. Now, with the different handlebar and the raised foot pegs, you can really push this motorcycle to its limits.
And that limit is higher than ever. We tested the bike's performance, which had all of the customization options but with stock suspension settings first. And honestly, that was a familiar affair, not a drastic change. But then, when we adjusted the suspension settings for the racetrack, boy did that turn up things to 11. Once dialed in, every single change that these customization options bring to the table becomes immediately noticeable, and the motorcycle feels not only faster as it should be, but also a lot more confidence inspiring than it ever has. And these changes can be handy in other situations too.
Now, one of the things I really like about the 2021 Apache RR 310 is the fact that you can adjust the front suspension's preload settings through this key right here, the motorcycle key. So the idea of having this feature at your disposal is the fact that, imagine you're going out for a long distance tour and you realize that the next 100-150 kilometer stretch is off bad roads and you want a different suspension setting for that. So you just take out your key, put the key between the groove right here, and then make the adjustments as per your requirement. And once you're past that stretch, you can change these things again, and again you have a motorcycle better suited for the roads ahead. So really nice touch this.
When dialed in, the new Apache really felt complete, and if I were to buy the Apache along with these kits, I don't think I will really need to make any other changes for a spirited riding experience, be it on fast roads or at the racetrack. And while yes, there is a learning curve and you will reach the optimum experience after some tweaking around, once you do, I will stick my neck out and say that the RR310 is all the sports bike you really need. And it frankly will be even better than buying bigger, more expensive super bikes. That's how impressive it has now become.
So it's time to sum it all up, and I have to say the new Apache RR310 is of course a really good product, and of course it's better than before. But what I really want to talk about is the fact that you get to tinker around with the suspension settings of a motorcycle, and that is a fantastic learning curve. Just trust me on that. And you don't have to spend big bucks like fast multi-cylinder motorcycles to wrap your head around how suspension works. And once you get your hands on the learning curve, once you reach that place where you understand how the suspension works, you'll unlock so much performance and so much capabilities with the new RR310, and that will really help you appreciate the subtle changes that a motorcycle has got as well. So in my books, this is a big thumbs up.